Hey guys, it's Chris. How you doing? This video is going to be about satanic bestiality and how it's creeping into the mainstream and how it's very likely that you have 10-year-old children and 8-year-old children, maybe even 5-year-olds, watching celebrities act out sexual behavior with animals on MTV, on commercials, TV shows, everywhere, movies, all over the place, guys. All the way down to Beauty and the Beast. This is satanic at the core. And guys, if you're a parent and you're letting your kids watch music videos with Miley Cyrus dancing around with goats and humping on bears, and Kesha dry humping large owls, and Pamela Anderson kissing creatures and Katy Perry and all these people, let me give you a little picture of what your children are going to be doing 30 years from now. They are going to be completely demonized, sleeping with hybrid beings, having offspring that are not human, not completely human, and they are going to be seeing creatures in the spirit realm when they go to sleep that look like giant owls, giant snakes, giant Bigfoot-looking type animals, Nephilim type creatures, and they will be children of the devil, and they will, after this life, after breeding satanic hybrid beings, they will go to hell. Now, of course, again, anyone that's wrapped up in the world that knows nothing is going to think I'm nuts. But I could assure you I'm not nuts, and I'm going to go through the evidence with you, and unless you could explain to me why these girls are mouth-kissing unicorns and dry-humping owls, I think you should take my word for it. I really do. I think you should take my word for it, because obviously I know better than you what's going on. I've been watching it. I know the way Enochian magic works. I know what Aleister Crowley was up to. And I know what the demons get out of this. They get a stronghold in you through sacrifice, sexual ritual, magic, and blood. And they get to possess you, and they splinter your mind, and they turn you into a demonic, satanic asset. Now, what was Aleister Crowley doing with this? Let me read you something. The Sunday Express, which exposed Crowley's obscene orgies in 1923, considered the facts too unutterably filthy to be detailed in a newspaper. Now, guys, if you don't know who Aleister Crowley was, all of Timothy Leary's stuff originated from him. All the rock bands follow him that your kids are listening to. He came up with the phrase, "do what thou wilt." He was in the Golden Dawn. He was a high-level witch. He was a sorcerer. He used drugs to conjure up demon power. He tore through people like they were rags, young kids, used them in sexual magic, got them demonized, conjured up demons and devils, and what I'm going to get into right here is the story of how he had people overseas going into buildings. He was forcing them to have sex with animals, and at the point of orgasm, he would slit the animal's neck, let the blood spray all over the person. So between the sexual magic intent that demons use for power and the blood, the person would be sacrificed to Satan in that fashion, and they would become demonized up to the eyeballs, and they'd become demonically possessed people. It goes on to say, in this biography, Crowley does not shy away from the grim details of a depraved sex life, both heterosexual and homosexual. So, not only is Satan shooting to make us attracted to half human, half animal type beings, but he's also looking to make us attracted to sex and pervert God's natural order, which is a man with a woman, in any way. And the further a Satanist could pervert this, which would be something along the lines of a gay man having sex with a gay man and then cutting a chicken's neck and letting the blood of the chicken run all over the other guy's back or something. And guys, if this is too vulgar for you, go back to watching it on TV instead of hearing it from me. Because I know anyone stupid enough to say this is too vulgar for them is probably going to be turning it on at 10 o'clock and watching it all night long because you're too dumb. But anyway, homosexuals and animal blood is about as perverted as you could get sex. And this is why it brings in the most demon power. This is why homosexuals are blessed with a lot of money. This is why a lot of gay men are very, very wealthy. Because Satan feels like if he blesses these homosexuals with wealth, it will become a trendy thing to be gay. And if these homosexuals have children, those children will be cursed with homosexuality and other problems. Meaning adopted children that are raised in these homes, children that are looking to homosexuals and getting strong ties with homosexuals. Call me whatever you want, I don't care. This is the truth. Anyway, Crowley indulged in sexual magic rituals supposedly directed by his guiding spirits, angels, spirit guides, aka fallen angels of Satan. The secret chiefs at the community he founded in Sicily, the Abbey of Thelma, for one ritual, the secret chiefs told Crowley to mate a goat with one of his lovers, Lee Hersing. Crowley was to cut the goat's throat at the moment of orgasm, but the animal refused to cooperate and was strangled to death. Okay, what happened was a demon came in, jumped the gun, and took the blood right. A demon is not going to wait for you sometimes to get your ritual done. The second you walk far enough into Satanism, you better put a bulletproof demon vest on. Because these spirits will steal a blood contract. You could be trying to sell your soul to Satan, and you could be writing a contract in blood, and before you get done with that contract, it could just say, I will give you my soul, Satan, and die at 30. And you could write that in blood, and if you don't know how to protect yourself in witchcraft, that demon will steal that and you'll just give your soul and die at 30 and you'll get nothing. You will get no money, no wealth, no nothing. You better know what you're doing if you're going to be stupid enough to work for Satan, because he doesn't play by the rules. He will cut you up. You guys, anyone who's playing with satanic witchcraft, you're a dead man, and you're my enemy, and comment on my page so I could pray against you and knock you out of commission in 2 seconds, because your power is nothing compared to Jesus Christ. Anyway, this animal died. And then it says, until Crowley was brought down by his addiction of drugs, Crowley's sexual energy was phenomenal. This is because when you're giving demons blood, guys, you have a sexual lust power in you. When you masturbate a lot and have kinky sex a lot, expect to be hornier and hornier and hornier. And that's not you, that's the demons in you. And guys, when Satan's done using you and he wants to take your soul, he's going to pull his demons out of you and you're not even going to be able to get erect in sex. So don't think that this is a good way to go if you're having sexual potency problems. Because I know how people think, guys. I used to be a sinner. Anyway, besides, Crowley loved both sexes and slept with Arab boys in Algeria and prostitutes in every city he passed through. What they mean by that is he slept with both male and female prostitutes. Even when bald and fat with breath that reeked so strongly of either it was said you could smell him before he entered a room, woman succumbed to his advances. Okay, guys, this is what happens when you have an empowered Leviathan and your breath smells like awful. Because that dragon in the Bible, it says that, and Crowley messed with Leviathan. What do you think the Loch Ness Monster was? It was Leviathan manifesting into the natural. At the Burleskin house where he did all that witchcraft, where they said the Loch Ness Monster, people were sighting a massive dragon in that lake. That's no lie, guys. These myths don't start from nothing. They start from a guy that really saw a dragon in there, and then another guy that saw it. And this is how myths start. These are spirits. But anyway, it says, his breath reeked so badly, yet he was still able to make these women succumb to him. Okay. The breath reeking badly is from a Leviathan and other demons. It doesn't have to be, but it's hallmark Leviathan. The other ones, the other situation of him being able to succumb women and seduce them, that's demon power too. So the spirits in him were so powerful, he was able to walk around with a mountain of dog crap in his mouth and still get laid by beautiful girls. And this is what the spiritual world will do to you. And this is those people that you always say, people will always say, oh, I have a friend that could get a girl blind, He's got powers in him. He's got powers in him. Aside from this, let's go through these videos where you're seeing this all over the place. All these animals are appearing everywhere in music videos, and the bestiality is everywhere. And let's look at each one, and I'll talk about them, and then we'll talk again at the end. Okay, guys, here's the first picture of Beauty and the Beast. I'm going to show you guys 3 pictures because I want to show you the progression of how this starts off. It looks like somewhat harmless, and then it turns into something that would even appear erotic to a full-blown adult. And this is a trick by Satan to like slow introduce this garbage into the mainstream. Before you know it, you're gonna see beautiful porn star looking actresses with their boobs half out, with full-blown, men dressed as half beast, half man. And I'll show you the pictures later on, but you can see this is just the basic Disney version. This was the beginning of this whole thing. You could see this beast has horns. He's kind of like a goat, like Satan. Either way, he's called the Beast, and Satan is the Beast, and, this has a lot to do with the intermingling of the demons and the people, and the woman and the men. Here's another picture. Here you could see it starts to look more erotic. They start to draw the breasts and the lips in a more vivid fashion. This is kind of like an anime type fashion. Guys, just so you know, anime is very demonic. Japanese and Chinese anime, and any kind of anime for that matter. There's hidden subliminal sexual parts drawn into parts that are not revealing. It's hard to explain, but you do not want to watch anime. You could get a ton of demons from that. Anyway, just take note here, the woman starts to just look a little more sensual, because this next picture you're going to see, the way the woman looks is a full-blown real woman bending over. And here it is. Here's a live woman, a regular actress playing the beauty now, and you have another actor dressed up as a beast, and he's like standing behind her and she's bending over. Now any man that has blood running through his veins is all going to get the same idea when they look at this picture. Every man that will look at this picture will think that this beast is trying to hump this actress. And I don't care what anyone says. That's the first thing you think of when you look at this. It looks awkward. It doesn't make sense what's going on. And this kind of symbolism is everywhere, guys. It's absolutely everywhere. And you could only imagine what the next step of this series is going to look like. It's going to look like a porn film. Here's another movie. This one's called Teddy. I actually saw this movie with my ex-fiance before I became born again. Again, there's a bear in bed with these people, and this guy loves his bear, and this girl is sleeping with the bear. I don't think she's really in love with the bear in the movie, but you're going to see some other pictures where this bear is sitting with girls that half of you guys wish you could get a date with. And this is all designed so girls start to find it attractive to carry around a teddy bear. It starts to appeal to the younger girls as something that's cool. And then all of a sudden they're starting to make humping motions with their teddy bears at home, and a demon will come right in if a girl does that. And you guys need to realize, the second the devil tricks you into doing something that's not of God, you get demons. Here's that picture I was talking about. You got this bear sitting next to some model-looking girls. Well, maybe not model-looking, but they're pretty good-looking. And most guys would like to be sitting next to girls that look like this, that are out in the world. I wouldn't like to sit next to girls that look like this anymore, but I used to like to sit next to girls that look like this. And basically, what other girls see when they see this is, oh, look at these beautiful girls hanging out like sexy like with a teddy bear. Maybe at the next party we'll like bring a teddy bear and like hang out with it or something. And if you guys think that your young ones aren't this stupid to mimic this stuff, think again. Because it's going on all throughout the media, and it's exactly what Satan wants your kids doing. Because if he could trick them into kissing a bear, like this picture with Megan Fox, where she's dressed like a prostitute, and it says, I have the libido of a 15-year-old boy, my sex drive is so high, and she's taking it out on a teddy bear. I mean, what guy wouldn't want to dress like a bear if this is going on with these models making sexual motions toward animals? And it's usually always a teddy bear, a goat, an owl, something of the Bible, a reptile, a giant lizard. Whatever they're using at the time, it's all out of the Bible if you know the Bible, in one way, shape, or form. She's biting the bear's nose. Why is she making a sexy face biting a stuffed animal's nose? Can somebody explain to me the significance of this, if it is not subliminal to fool the young ones into doing this stuff? Here's Miley Cyrus again, sticking her tongue out like she's, giving oral sex to this female doll. So you have lesbianism involved here, you have sex with dolls. What is this? Why is this on TV where young people can see this? Miley Cyrus is half naked. These dolls are half naked. If you guys ever walk through a toy store and you look at a Barbie doll nowadays looks like a porn star. I can only imagine what the younger brothers of the girls that have these dolls are thinking when they pick up these dolls and they have double D breasts and a nicer behind than Pamela Anderson. It makes no sense, guys. Dolls should not look sexy. They should not be putting these thoughts in young people's heads. Here she is again holding a little dog with these sexy pouty eyes, like with this red lipstick, like all lustful like. It doesn't make sense. This is not a man. Even if it was a man, it wouldn't be appropriate on TV for her. But it's an animal. She's walking around in her videos with animals, dressed in animal fur in a very sensual fashion. All this is a joke. And guys, that looks like a wolf to me. And if that's a wolf and not a husky or something, that's representative of Satan, the wolf. And I think it is a wolf. It really looks like one to me. Maybe one of you guys could comment and let me know if you could tell the difference. if that's a wolf or if that's a husky. But if it's a wolf, we all know who the wolf is, and he's our enemy. Here's another picture. This is Lady Gaga. She's got her legs spread wide open, dressed completely inappropriately. Again, I post this stuff because this junk is on billboards in Manhattan, and if you can't handle it, you haven't even been waking up on this planet. So if you want to judge me for posting it, I think you're a fool. I think you're a fool. If you want to judge me, go start protesting billboards and stop wasting my time. But there's a teddy bear coming out right between her legs. She's got this thing draped over her. She looks like she's part of the bear. All this is the same junk. Beastiality symbolism. She kind of looks like she has angel wings here. She does that a lot, but I can't guarantee that that's what they were trying to do with this picture. She's one of the biggest satanic abominations in the world. Here's Katy Perry reaching in to mouth kiss a kangaroo. You know, when I first saw this picture, I asked myself, not just what is she doing, but when is the last time that I mouth kissed a kangaroo? And I checked my diary and I came up with never. Okay, guys? Not like I have a diary, but you get what I'm trying to say. What has anyone watching this video right now ever mouth kissed a kangaroo? Because if you have, you're a sick puppy, and if you have, you probably even still would look at this as stupid. Because there's absolutely no reason that celebrities should be kissing kangaroos, goats, wolves, bears, people dressed as wolves, etc. It's ridiculous. Katy Perry does this junk a lot. Here she is again. She's dressed like a leopard. Guys, it's not only them having sex with stuffed animals and having sex with beings that look like animals. It's also them dressed as sexy hybrid animal beings, because all of it is the same goal. If Satan can pervert the human form through getting a human to willingly pervert their own form, or through getting a human to mate with an animal or mate with a spirit and create Nephilim hybrid beings, that is exactly his goal, to completely alter God's natural form, the human body. Nothing would make him more happy than a bunch of hybrids ruling the earth right now. So, you guys get where I'm going here. Here she is again, dancing with a beast. A hybrid-looking, large, Dr. Seuss-looking beast. And guys, make no mistake about it, this is exactly where Dr. Seuss creatures come from. This is exactly where those scary monsters and the Teletubbies and all this other junk that your kids are watching comes from. There is no need for human beings to be entertained by beings that are not human in any way, shape, or form, such as Smurfs and all this other crap. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's literally demonic. It comes from the spirit realm. Elves, jesters, Krampus, the Christmas Krampus. It all comes from demons. The Krampus wear jester hats like I showed you in my Vatican video. This is not a coincidence. This movie was with Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer. This guy was half wolf, half man. I've seen this movie. They made many references to how good in bed this guy was because he was half wolf, and how she's just so excited to be in love with a hybrid being that's not human. And I think it's disgusting. When I used to watch it before I was saved, I didn't see anything wrong with it. But now I see so much wrong with it, because I know Satan's plan and I know what he's doing. So, you guys need to realize, if you're not saved by Jesus Christ, you will see no problem with this stuff. And it's a great test that you could use on yourself to know if you're saved. If you find it okay, you're not saved. Here's a perverted statue. This is in a museum in Britain, in London, I believe. And this goat is called Pan. Pan is a re-representation of Satan, half man, half goat. This is why they called him Azazel in the Bible, because he was the goat that they put all the sins on, and they let the goat walk out as a sacrifice to God. But here you see a picture of this man, Pan, P-A-N, having sex with a goat. It's beastiality. In fact, the clip I took this off of was talking about how they had to put up a special warning in the museum for little children to not see this. Now, iMotion, instead of putting up a warning, just take it out of the museum. Here's a picture from a Lil Wayne video. This is like a sexy little being with serpent eyes and snake hands. This is designed to represent like a Medusa-like harlot, like a Jezebel demon. And basically what this is, guys, you see it all over. You see it not only in a Medusa, but you also see it in that statue with Kali, with like all the serpent-like hair and all this other junk with the rings on. And you see her eyes look like Satan's eyes. They have the slit of the serpent. And this is by no mistake. A lot of Lil Wayne's videos have this type of symbolism in them, where he's got devil horns and all this stuff, and he's telling people he'll eat their little children and sacrifice their children. Here's another girl from his video. You could see here she looks like a half a leopard, half human. And it's pretty much the same principle, guys. They want men to be attracted to a being that is not fully human. Any man who lusts over these girls through the videos, you gave a demon legal grounds, a tiger spirit, a snake spirit, whatever they represent. And girls, when you dress up like this, you give these spirits of whatever you're dressing up like legal grounds to enter your body, because this does not glorify God, it glorifies the devil. When you look at this girl, you see Satan on her. I see the devil on this girl, the way they did her up. If I were this girl's parents, I'd be embarrassed to be her parents that she's in this video, without a doubt. Here's Beyonce looking pretty much the same as the last girl. Got fingernails like a tiger. Her eyes are done like a tiger. Her makeup is done very Egyptian-like. This is not of God. Dangling earrings are not of God. Anything that flashes the physical appearance is an abomination to Jesus Christ. No one should be looking at a girl for her physical appearances, like her earrings and her nails. And even here you could see that they play with their eyes, like they made her eye look like a sunburst. I didn't include a picture of it, but I did see a close-up of her eye that was next to this picture, and there's literal contacts in her eyes that are sun worship contacts that make it look like the rays of the sun come out from the pupil. Here, guys, is all Playboy bunnies. Obviously, the bunny rabbit's occultic. This is why it's all wrapped up with Easter and all this other stuff. The bunny is a symbol of fertility. Anytime these girls put those rabbit ears on or join the Playboy organization, basically they've been sacrificed onto the devil. And if you think I'm lying, you're an idiot, because I know exactly what I'm talking about. Once you put these ears on, you give a fallen angel legal ground to take ownership of your soul. And until you repent and renounce this stuff, and renounce your vanity, and renounce your lust to be popular and to be beautiful, instead of your love for Jesus Christ, you will go to hell. Every one of these girls, including Snoop Dogg, who sold his soul to Satan, will go to hell if they don't repent. Here's Rihanna, same thing with the bunny rabbit. If you could see here, this is from one of her music videos, I believe. If you could see behind her head, it says Illuminati, that's Satan's organization. It also says goat behind her head. The goat is the devil. If you guys think this is a coincidence, you might as well just dig a little hole in the dirt outside your house and bury your face in there, because you have to be a moron to think that these words could appear by chance with a girl dressed occultic with a bunny rabbit hat on. I don't know, guys. This is just, I mean, it says Illuminati right on the back of the thing. Does anyone find that the least bit odd? I know I do. Here's Kesha. Again, guys, she's got a little wolf hat on. This is symbolic of Satan. She's making this little motion. You could see a little Templar's cross tattooed on her arm. That's satanic. All her jewelry is satanic. And the second that she put this little hat on, she gave legal grounds for a wolf demon to enter her body. And this is where these girls get all this lust power and this the power of seduction. They get it from demons, guys. This is why guys lust over these girls. It's really not their looks. It really has nothing to do with their looks. You think it does because you're used to experience the seduction along with the certain look that Satan has chosen. But we've literally been brainwashed into thinking girls like this are actually attractive. If Satan wanted to brainwash us into the norm, we would think fat girls are attractive. But Satan chooses, like here's Halle Berry. Satan chooses the unattainable look to make us think the unattainable look is attractive. Because if we believe the unattainable look is attractive, everyone will be miserable. This is what he wants. He wants us to lust over the few and to look at the many like they're worthless so he could demonize everybody and make everybody miserable. Here you could see, obviously, she took the form of a cat. So here again, you have this situation where there's an animal involved and a very sexy woman dressed as an animal. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Here's Spider-Man. Again, this is a Spider-Man, and this girl is very happy to be in the arms of a Spider-Man. He obviously has superhuman powers like demons do. He could perform all superhuman tasks like any evil spirit can. And she is clenching onto him like he's like the biggest hunk in the world, yet he's not even a man. So you tell me what your little kids are going to think when Satan unleashes Nephilim on this earth, and they're stronger than a natural man, they have seduction powers, and they have all these supernatural powers. Don't you think your little kids are going to be like, hey, I want to be with that special, spider being over there. Forget a regular man. I want a Superman. And any regular man is not good enough for somebody like this. Here's Kesha being dry humped by a massive owl. Okay, she's probably tied with Lady Gaga for the biggest satanic skank to ever walk the face of the earth to date. You could see little demonic-like beings running around, reptiles, like dinosaur-like beings. The owl obviously has a cultic background. We all know that they worship the owl Molech at the Bohemian Grove, and that they do satanic rituals with owls. And guys, you could see her here grinding her behind up against this owl, and he's got his arms around her like they're having sex. And this is what your kids are watching. It's disgusting. And like I said, this next picture right here, was a video with her and this kid James Vanderbeek, where she was basically making out with unicorns, which are occultic, satanic beings. And where it comes from? It comes from the cone on their head. You could see that on the head, there's that spiraling cone like a witch's hat, and this is a satanic obelisk. It's basically a phallic symbol, and this is where it comes from. And you could see this guy. She basically killed this guy and put his head up on the wall, and now she's sitting next to a unicorn, showing her legs, trying to seduce everybody watching the video with her legs. And she's looking at this unicorn as if he's like the best catch she's ever gotten in her whole life. Almost like she's turning her back on men, and like she's more interested in an animal than a man, which is exactly what they want to make your kids think. Here she is again, and she's disgusting, guys. And I don't want to judge her looks because, I don't like to judge looks, but since she's serving Satan right now, I'm just going to come out and say that her stomach is disgusting. And she would never be a celebrity if she was not doing satanic blood sacrifice, because she's gross. Anyone that's seen photos of this girl, I run into them when I'm looking at them for these pictures, and I just want to throw up. I wonder how she's famous. But I know how she's famous. Because if you guys watch John Todd's stuff, he'll tell you, you don't get a record deal today unless you're a satanic witch or a priest. You just don't. They need to be able to, they need to get you into this satanic cult so they could have demons channel the music and the lyrics through you. And anyone that's been following Satan long enough knows that most of these demonic satanic songs are channeled through demons, through these people, because these people have sold their soul to Satan and given Satan's demons legal ground to enter their body and speak through them and sing through them. This is why you have Beyonce and Sasha Fierce and Nicki Minaj and Roman, and that you'll see Nicki Minaj sit down and literally she'll meditate and conjure Roman to possess her, and then she'll be able to spit the verses out. And I don't know. I'm done talking about this stuff. Okay, guys, I'm glad this one's over. I haven't wanted to do this one for a long time, but I know I have to do it. Because if you guys have Beauty and the Beast and you're letting your kids watch that, they're getting demons. And yes, they are definitely getting them. There is no exception. There is no exception. I've delivered people of Beauty and the Beast. Literally cast a demon out of them that left on the grounds of Beauty and the Beast. Literally have cast demons out of people over the grounds of Snow White and every Disney movie and every other movie for that matter. Pretty much every movie you're watching is of the devil. Now, Disney horror movies, movies that have sex in them, they have strong demonic roots. The ones that are iffy, some of them are worse than the porn, the ones that are iffy, but guys, this is the end days, guys. This is absolutely the end days. People can't get any more loaded with demons than they really are today. So when is it going to end? A demonized person told me a couple years, but you can't go by what you can't trust the demons. The demons have been trying to finish this for a long time. Their plan always gets stalled. God will stall their plan at his own will for the people to come online. But aside from that, I think that's all I really have to say about all this stuff. You could see that it's not only with girls humping, big, huge stuffed animals. It's also Satan's making men into like this Spider-Man and Superman, and making girls think it's cool to be with a guy that's a Batman or a Spider-Man. If you want to know why they're using Batman and Spider-Man, go do some astral projecting and see a couple big demon spiders in the spirit realm. Why this is going on. And you'll know why they choose these filthy animals like spiders and bats and all these creepy crawler critters. This is because Satan goes in these animals. The Incredible Hulk is a big Nephilim. He's a big giant. All this stuff is designed so when you have a dream and you see a real demon, you come out and describe it, and they say, you watch one too many episodes of The Incredible Hulk. You're a nut. What do you believe in Batman, you loony? Yeah, you're loony, all right. You saw a demon. That's what you saw. But, guys, what is the point of walking around with a little goat, with a little stuffed goat? Like this, with sunglasses on. What is it? Why'd they do that? Why? Why is Katy Perry dancing with big animals? Why? You guys really dumb enough to think that this is like some kind of like New York City artsy thing? Dance with owls, dance with big bears, dress yourself up as a peacock. Guys, anytime you see a peacock, that's Egyptian demons. Satan chose the peacock because of all the little eyes on its tail. You ever turn that thing over? It looks like an eye. Like the all-seeing eye. That's why Satan chose the peacock. Satan chooses everything that's the most beautiful. And God owns everything. God owns the beautiful animals. God owns the ugly animals. Everything in between. The tigers, the snakes, the scorpions. But guys, don't get it twisted. If you see a snake in your house, there's a demon in there. A real snake in the natural. Satan and his demons occupy bugs, snakes, birds, owls. These creatures have been dedicated to him. He's chosen them to house his demons. And I believe a demon could be in any animal, to be honest with you. But if you see a snake, forget it. There's definitely a demon in a snake. Sometimes you only get demons out of people when you give them the option to go into an animal. There's many times in deliverance I'll say to a demon, anything with no legal grounds, you can go into the nearest skunk if you want, as long as you don't charge at me. Just get out of the person. That's all I care about, is getting the demon out of the person. Usually I ask God where he wants him to go. But, guys, no demon's going to go anywhere that Jesus Christ doesn't want it to go anyway. So yes, it's demons hate it when you say, Lord, where do you want this demon to go? He usually just sends them to the pit because he's very busy, and that's simple, I guess. Just send them to the pit. But, you know, sometimes when you give them that last chance and you're like, okay, I'm ending the deliverance, but I'm going to do this all over again tomorrow. And you say, okay, whoever wants to leave now, I'll let you go into an animal instead of the pit. And a couple come out, guys. It's pretty funny. Sometimes they'll be like, really? And they'll take off. They're so stupid. Some of them are just, they're like people. Some are morons, and some are really shrewd. And you can't trust any of them. I don't want to get off topic. Everyone be blessed in Jesus' name. And if your kids are watching this stuff, shame on you. Repent or burn in the lake of fire. You have two options. Choose the right choice. Choose Jesus Christ and be blessed in his name. I love you guys. Bye.